Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode here today on the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we are headed to Talladega Super Speedway. Very excited for this one because we look at this as a prime opportunity to get some key points and maybe even our first win here in our debut season in the NASCAR Cup Series, but it's still nonetheless going to be a tough task here now that we are dealt with this 4-star RCR team. You can see some of the point standings we're going over here with the playoff grids for the Xfinity Series. There you see the Truck Series playoff grid as well, and as well you got a look very quick at the Cup Series playoff grid. We are currently inside of the playoffs. Hopefully we can get a little bit more comfortably inside the playoffs by the conclusion of this race here today in the Geico 500 from Talladega Super Speedway. You guys know the drill. It doesn't matter how good of a car you have. When you come to Talladega or Daytona, you're going to be starting at the back, at best case scenario pretty much. So we were expected to be right at the back of the grid. I didn't even bother putting in a qualifying lap here, but BJ McLeod had to do an engine change after qualifying, so that was going to allow us to go from dead last in 40th place all the way up to P39. So, oh boy, we are really moving on up here once we get going for this green flag there. See Kevin Harvick on a pole alongside, I believe that was Ryan Blaney in that number 12 Penske Ford Mustang here now as we're going to get ready behind the wheel of this number 27 Traction RCR machine to go green flag racing just behind our Alliance teammate here, Daniel Suarez there now, as it's going to be green flag racing here from Talladega Super Speedway, and hopefully we can get towards that top 10 as quick as possible, get some very important stage points here in this first and second stages. Now we know those stage points, I feel like with the situation that we are at with Richard Childress racing with a car that's really not capable of winning races unless something crazy happens or if we're at a plate track, etc. With those stage points are really going to be the difference maker on if we do in fact make the playoffs or miss the playoffs. Obviously stage 3 overall racing points are just as important, but I mean every single race we have 20 points up for grabs here in stage 1 and 2, so that's going to be such a massive difference maker by the end of the season, and we know today we need to capitalize on that and get some stage points here now as we're already into the top 35 here, so making a little bit of headway on this opening lap behind that 99er Suarez. They're already going 4 wide down this front straightaway briefly, so you can certainly see that these AI, they're not holding back either now as Suarez continues on the inside, and I'm trying to follow through completing this first and opening lap. And if we have the opportunity here today in Talladega, you're going to see us working with our teammates of Austin Dillon, Tyler Reddick, and our Alliance teammate of Daniel Suarez as well, because teamwork, well, what's the saying that a lot of old people like to say? Teamwork makes the dream work, and that's the goal here in Talladega today. 12 laps remaining already in stage 1, and we were actually hooked up here with our teammate of Austin Dillon here on the inside line, and the Alliance teammate of Suarez just in front. Tyler Reddick, who was a little ways down the road still, but we were just trying to see how we could kind of work together, if we could work together well, and hopefully make our way towards the front now as we came down this back straightaway, myself and Austin Dillon. We had got to the inside of Suarez, but smoke up in front of us there as we go down into turn 3. It's actually the 48 of Alex Bowman who just nailed the outside wall. The caution's gonna fly, and you're gonna see him all over the road here. He's gonna crash into the front end of us. No damage, fortunately for us, where the caution flies. He would come into the pit lane, and we would get ready for a restart here from P20. You see up ahead the 19 car, very important to note. Martin Truex Jr. is still not back here in that 19 car. This is the 4th race he has missed due to precautionary reasons. Martin Truex Jr. has elected to sit out Talladega to avoid incidents like we just saw right there that he got caught up in. He does not want to get involved in the big one and, of course, ignite that injury that he's just recovering from in his first race back. It would be kind of silly to come back at Talladega. So Truex was planning to come back, but Talladega reasons he is not back. Ty Gibbs still in that car. Gives Ty Gibbs one more opportunity here in that 19 car to make a statement here, but I'm sure he has made enough of a statement to where we're going to see Ty Gibbs in this career mode in the Cup Series next season. Still here past the midway point already in stage 1. We're in the midfield, so we haven't been able to go very far since we got to this point with the Alex Bowman accident. Bowman, by the way, was still in the race here in Talladega now as we come through to 5 laps to go in stage 1. Now actually there in front of us again, Chris Buescher on the outside is going to go for a spin. Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Justin Haley all going to get a piece of it. The caution's going to come out again here in Talladega, so we would immediately just get through everything, get ready for another restart here now, actually after making pit stops for fuel and tires, and this left us with only 2 laps of racing left in stage 1, and guess who stayed out of all people? The guy that brought out the first caution, Alex Bowman, all of a sudden, with 2 laps to go in stage 1, is back out front, about to win stage 1 here, so Alex Bowman might have just snuck his way into a stage win by crashing almost 10 laps ago. I don't know how that's managed to work it itself out, but Alex Bowman has had the Gigabrain strat here in Talladega. Now, as you can see, the aggression picking up on this restart. I'm 3 wide in the middle here, now looking for an opportunity to get down to the inside, because you can see 3 wide middle. Well, we're going absolutely nowhere right here. BJ McLeod on the inside, Anthony Alfredo on the outside, Eric Almirola just in front of us there, planted in that Smithfield at number 10, 4 wide behind us as we get this final lap of stage 1 underway. Looking for that chance to get down there, but unfortunately the 15 slips up the inside, couldn't quite make it happen right there. Denny Hamlin, he's hung out on the outside, and so is his teammate there of Joe Gibbs Racing, is Christopher Bell in that DeWalt machine here. So Joey Gase on my inside currently, as Alex Bowman continues to lead down the back straightaway for this final time. So Bowman's legitimately going to go from crashing to a stage win, all in about 10 laps here as we head down into 3 and 4 for the final time. You see some 4 wide action there up in front of us, could stall up some momentum, give us a bit of a run, but unfortunately it's not going to be stage points for us here in stage 1. That's the downside of this, because we got to the midfield and then we just haven't been able to do anything since then. You see me side drafting the 42 of Chastain very hard, slowing myself down. Unfortunately, Alex Bowman wins stage 1. We come through to cross the line for a pretty disappointing stage result here of P23. So we emphasize how important it is to get these stage points here today in Talladega, but we immediately start stage 1 with a 23rd place result. Bubba Wallace there in second, our teammate of Austin Dillon inside the top 10 here. Now as we would come into the pits, P23, come out, P23 for the restart here. Now as we're going to get back underway for the start of this second stage from Talladega Super Speedway for the Geico 500. It is now time to get amped here in Talladega. Turn that volume up, let's get amped. There you have the amp segment there. You see some 4 wide again. There's quite a bit of 4 wide action so far here today from Talladega Super Speedway, but the racing's been clean. We've seen some multi-car accidents there with Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher, both having their own separate moments where they wrecked at towards the front of the pack, and obviously that leads to quite crazy moments there, but we were moving forwards here on lap 3. We zoomed by everybody on the inside. I felt like they're going up into P6 and now to the inside of Ty Gibbs for 5th place here through the trial. Well, suddenly we're going to have an opportunity to maybe even race for a stage win. So we talked about those stage points. Well, now we're in good position to do exactly that. Alex Bowman got hung out. We passed him for 4th place. We go up the inside to Timmy Hill, who left the door wide open. So of course we take it. We got past Timmy Hill. We get hooked up here with the 6th Castrol RFK, or not RFK, Rush Fenway at this time, of Ryan Newman. And we're going to push him past Kevin Harvick for the lead. So we're going to move up into 2nd place. And I was hoping to make a move for the lead, but I got stuck. I couldn't do anything after I got to 2nd place. And it comes right through into lap 10. And you can see that I couldn't even get close to Ryan Newman, and then I get completely caught off guard because of a massive run that Austin Cindric has, and he's going to blow the doors right off of me as we head down into 3 and 4, already coming up on 2 laps to go in this second stage. William Byron fortunately helping me out. Then I'm going to split the middle here between Alex Bowman and Ryan Newman as we head down into the trial. It's Ryan Newman. We've had a bit of beef with him so far in our rookie season, so I really did not want to work with him. We start this final lap though here in stage 2. Cindric, Bowman, Harvick, your top 3. Then we got myself and Almirola battling for 4th and 5th place. Bowman continuing to push me. You see the field light has come on, so we're low on fuel. We can make it to the end of this lap here, but there might be a couple of guys that could be a little bit close here, coming to the checkered flag, or the green-white checkered flag here. Now side drafting the 10 of Almirola, who seems to be losing pace down this back straightaway. He might be out of fuel actually as we head down into turn 3 as he continues to lose time, but the caution's going to come out actually. He couldn't find the reason for the caution behind us, but nonetheless, that's going to end stage 1 about a quarter of a lap early. Austin Cindric wins the stage, but we get P4, 7 points as we would head back into the pit lane to fill it up with fuel, of course, and throw 4 tires on the car. But unfortunately, we also came out of the pit lane in P4, so we had to restart here on the outside of row number 2. Would have preferred to obviously be down on the inside here, but hopefully we can find an opportunity to get down to that inside before we know it. Here's Alex Bowman is out in front, and you see a bit of a mistake there. I was trying to not run into the back of the 33 of Cindric because in NASCAR Heat 5 on a restart, if you run into the back of a car in front of you, it really slows you down, and you saw that effect right there. We touched the back of the 33 Verizon Ford Mustang, and then it just slowed us up big time, and we're about to fall outside of the top 10 here on this opening lap of stage 3. Down this back straightaway into 3 and 4. There you see Bubba Wallace now towards the top 10 once again. He was up there in P2 in stage 1. I actually got forced 3 wide there into turn 3, but fortunately I was able to get back down 2 wide alongside Denny Hamlin on the exit of turn 4. I nearly got down, but then here comes Denny Hamlin's teammate of Kyle Busch in that Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing up my inside. And then there was a whole nother wave of cars coming here with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as I get some help there from Corey LaJoy in that number 7 car. Still 15 laps to go, so I mean, if it goes green, we will need to pit under green flag conditions, but I mean, no matter what, there is going to be a pit stop necessary before this race comes to a conclusion. 4 wide here with 14 laps to go in front of us as we just now decide, where am I going to go? I don't know where I wanted to go. I see the 66 finally stalling out, so I go to the outside of him, split the middle there, 4 wide in the middle. We make it work, but unfortunately, we're all losers right there. We lost ground, but I would finally get down to the inside, work myself up into 12th place, and then just kind of follow Justin Haley here in that 77 and try to make some headway up the inside. Now Kevin Harvick behind us, so Josh Bilicki goes spinning, and a big hit there on the outside. I couldn't tell who that was. It might have been Anthony Alfredo. The caution's gonna fly here again in Talladega with 12 laps remaining. Everybody into the pit lane, which means no green flag pit stops necessary. I lose 5 positions though on the pit lane, drop down to P17 here on the inside fortunately, but we only have 8 laps to go from P17 to P1. We've gotten up to 2nd place. I'm confident in my pace here in Talladega Superspeedway that we could still be a threat potentially for a race victory, but you saw a mistake again. I got into the back of the car in front of me, and that stalled me right out, and we would drop down the order into the bottom half of this grid there. Chase Elliott's going to go by on the outside. Elliott's had an up and down season like we've mentioned so far, but he's finally into the playoffs, but can he stay there? That's really the big question now as we continue to try and work our way forward. So we'd actually get back in front of that 9 of Chase Elliott here now, and you can see with 6 laps to go, we're making moves up the inside of Chase Briscoe. There you see Bowman 3 wide briefly with the Benedetto, as well as Michael McDowell currently out in front. I believe it was that 18 of Kyle Busch in that Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry here. Now is the 22 of Joey Logano going to give us a big push here through this travel right to the back of Michael McDowell here, and now I'm going to try and slip up the inside of him. They're leaving the door wide open for the taking. We got to go for it, but unfortunately there's not enough speed in this car to actually be able to attack on that. So now down the back straightaway though into turn 3, there's that opportunity. The door was open. Logano gives me enough of a push. We're going to go up into 4th. We're going to go up into P3 behind the Busch brothers, and Kurt Busch would get to the inside of Kyle Busch, and I would follow Kurt Busch through, but he leaves the door open. I know I have to take it. This could be my only opportunity all race long to take the lead of this race here in Talladega Superspeedway. Logano in the back, going to give us a big push through the center of 1 and 2. To the lead we go here from Talladega Superspeedway, but can we hold on? The answer was no. We had not nearly enough pace in this car to be able to lead this pack because Chase Elliott is going to blow our doors right off, and so would Kurt Busch here. 3 laps to go at this point here. We're 3 wide down into turn 1. McDowell there, 3 wide in the middle on the outside of us, but the caution is going to fly with 3 laps to go, and that's going to force overtime here in Talladega. And most unfortunate out of this whole thing is we're 4th. So we're going to be starting on the outside of row number 2. Again, we saw what happened earlier when we started on the outside of row number 2. I knew my chances to win this race were pretty much eliminated when I saw we were on the outside here for this restart, but we can't rule out a strong top 10 finish. I said screw it at this point. I decided to get on that back bumper of Kurt Busch and just give him a push and just accept the fact that my car was going to slow down. Maybe it wasn't the right thing to do because we slowed down quite a bit here. 3 wide behind us, Alex Bowman. Chase Elliott, though, out towards the front. Now, can Chase Elliott get his first win of the season here in Talladega? Now, Daniel Suarez behind us, our teammate of Tyler Reddick on the inside, bringing Denny Hamlin with them as well down this back straightaway, but I'm just looking for that opportunity to get down to the inside as soon as possible, but that opportunity is not rising yet because here comes Daniel Suarez. He's going to bring Ryan Blaney with him as well as we exit turn 4 down this front straightaway, approaching the final lap here from Talladega Superspeedway. It's been a good day for us here in Talladega. I hope we can cap it off with at least a top 10. I get aggressive here. Going to go 3 wide to the outside, and then it just doesn't work. I get back down to the inside. White flag in the air for Chase Elliott in that Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet Camaro. You look at the Hendrick Motorsports winners this season, there's only been one, and that is the number 24 of William Byron. Kyle Larson, he's been so strong. He's the strongest driver without a win this season, but like we said, he hasn't won. Alex Bowman hasn't won. Only one Hendrick driver in William Byron has won, but that might be about to change with Chase Elliott leading the way down the back straightaway into 3 and 4 for this final time. I'm connected with my Alliance teammate Daniel Suarez into turn 3, and we are moving as we head down into these final sets of corners there. Reddick on the outside, Chase Elliott comfortably ahead of Michael McDowell there. Suarez is going to leave the door open. I have to take it there 3 wide with an Alliance teammate and our actual teammate of Tyler Reddick, but through the tri-oval to Benedetto McDowell chasing Elliott, but it's not enough. Chase Elliott will lock himself into the playoffs with a win in Talladega. We signed draft the 14 to the line, but we get a respectable 6th place finish here from Talladega Superspeedway. Suarez 7th, Reddick there in 10th, and unfortunately our other teammate of Austin Dillon quite a ways down the order by the time we finish that race there in P28. Ty Gibbs there P27 in what is guaranteed to be his final race here this season in that 19 car, likely in the Cup Series. But I mean, what an episode of this NASCAR Heat 5 career mode we just had here. We had overall, you know, a very respectable run, a run that definitely benefits us in the points standings, so we cannot really complain about that. Reddick there, you look at the playoff grade, he is now 49 points out of the playoffs. He needs some work even with that 10th place finish, but we're in a good spot, and so is Austin Dillon, which is good. And of course, that is going to wrap it up for myself here in this episode. If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. Alex Bowman currently the last car in the playoffs, but I will see you guys in the next one where we head to a mile and a half that we might struggle at quite a bit at Kansas Speedway. That does it for me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for taking the time out of your day for watching, and have yourselves a great day.